Hey guys, Adam here from sapphiregladecomics. It has been quite a long time since I've done a new comic book day review video. I have a good reason for that. I've been dealing with adult things, dealing with a lot of financial stuff behind the scenes, but I was able to pick up all my comics from this month of December so far, and I figured I would share with you in one big video everything that I bought. So we'll get started with our indies, starting with Scout Comics Scout Comics White Ash Season 2, issue number 1. Oh, this is a fantastic little Fable series. It is a sequel to White Ash Season 1, which has a trade paperback for about $20. That collects issues 1 through 6 or 1 through 8. I forget how long that first series was. But this was very good. It picks up right from where it left off. Since I didn't get a chance to finish reading it, uh, because my trade paperback was damaged, um, looks like there was a battle between the elves, the dwarves, and going up against the brood, which are like vampires. And this just kind of shows the aftermath of that. Um, this is Alec. He's one of our main characters, and next to him is his love interest, which is the Lillian, who is an elf and whose father pretty much owns the town of White Ash. And they want to see each other because they love each other, but their father is not going to have any part of that. So they go prepare for finding the brood in the beginning of this book, and they don't find anything yet, but the book is pretty good. Um, the drawers are trying to recruit Alec to help them with something, which is revealed in the back of the book, which is pretty cool. And also, it shows the changes when the Lillian goes against her father's wishes. So, very good issue. I don't want to spoil it, so White Ash season 2 if you're interested in vampires, dwarves, elves, fantasy, fable lore. Try this out. I'll even leave a link in the description below to the White Ash area on Scout Comics' store. Alright. And the only other indie comic we have, which is Boom Studios, it's just Mighty Morphin, the Altarian War. This is issue 14 of the series, and I don't know what the hell was going on in this issue because it kind of felt all over the place. So if you're not reading Power Rangers, which is following Omega Rangers, and reading Mighty Morphin at the same time, you're gonna be lost in this book because I sure was lost myself. So when I go through my books, I gotta see what I have and then pick things up. And if it's determined that I'm missing too many issues, I'll drop this and I'll just continue to read this in trade. But basically, this just covers the Altarians from Altar are invading Earth and have already successfully toppled a lot of stuff. And they're also looking for Zordon, who has scattered his memory fragments all across the universe. Um, in a previous issue, he had been killed and removed from his little tube. So we will see where that goes. So yeah, my morphing is pretty good. I mean, the Power Ranger books are all pretty good. Just a lot of words, a lot of dialogue, and sometimes just stalls completely. All right, on to my Marvel comics that I read this month so far. We'll start with Star Wars Darth Vader issue number 18. This is just some Crimson Dawn stuff. Not a whole lot happens here. And Vader is seeking revenge against Crimson Dawn because Crimson Dawn made the Empire look like fools during War of the Bounty Hunters. And there is yet another Star Wars event spanning all the comics called Crimson Dawn. I'm not going to read that because War of the Bounty Hunters was just too much for me to grasp and understand. So this was okay, but I like to get back to where we were with like issues 1 through 6 of Greg Pak's Darth Vader series. Don't have a whole lot else to say. All right. Next up, we have the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 80. This is just Ben Riley versus Craven the Hunter. Ben Riley got drugged and he's hallucinating a bunch of stuff, and the Beyond Corporation's not happy because he fell off the grid. So it's all right, but I'm kind of tired of the Beyond stuff. All right. Next up, we also have the Amazing Spider-Man issue 81. This is Ben Riley Spider-Man going up against Miles Morales' Spider-Man. That fight only lasts for like maybe 2 pages, and not a whole lot happens after that. Just more Beyond Corporation stuff. And Peter is slowly awaking from his coma. And honestly, I'm thinking about dropping this series yet again because it's just too slow, or maybe I'll stick with it. We'll see. I'll just look at the future issues coming out for Amazing Spider-Man because you never know. Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, Spider-Woman, and Silk might be in this book. But I don't have a lot to say about ASM right now. Alright, next up from Marvel, we have Strange Academy, issue number 14. A fantastic little story about time travel, and it kind of shows a future, one of many futures for our Strange Academy students in a more growing up form. So it was a very interesting read, and kind of seeing some stuff that was just kind of hinted at way, 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 way back in the um, earlier issues of Strange Academy. I'm glad that I've been sticking with this because it's just been a nice, cool, simple read. Doesn't take itself too seriously. It's just a fun little read. But I don't want to say too much about this book because basically anything I say is kind of spoiler, and this book is still kind of new. So, Strange Academy number 14. I hope you've all been keeping up with it. Oh, and this has potential to be a key in the future. According to coverprice.com, FMV on this is about $10.99, so $11 for this book potentially. But as with all modern comics, it could be up 1 week and then down flat another week and be in the dollar bin. On to some disappointing books. Still with Marvel, we have Giant Size Black Cat, Infinity Score. Alicia has 3 out of 6 Infinity Stones, which are just inside of people. And she goes to the hospital to help cure her mom of her cancer. It was a little sweet story, but I kind of feel like I'm missing a lot of the background to this book. Despite being subscribed to Black Cat, but maybe it was one of the ones that suffered from delays in my shop, never got it. But this was kind of the end of the series. It didn't end the way that I was hoping, and Infinity Score was not the story arc that I was thinking. It's finished all in this one little book, right here. I was disappointed with it. Continuing on with disappointment, we have Star Wars. This is issue number 19. Luke Skywalker is traveling from planet to planet to planet to planet, trying to train to become a Jedi. Not a lot of story progression here. Yeah, I'm Star Wars is very, very slow right now because they're kind of in between events. They just finished War of the Bounty Hunters, and now they're starting Crimson Dawn's event. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I do wind up dropping this sometime in 2022. All right, on to my DC books that I've read this month. We have Batman Fear State Omega. This was actually a very good conclusion to James Tinian's run on Batman with the Fear State and all that, despite all my dislike for yet another City of insert Roy Gallery villain's name here. This was a pretty good read. It shows where each character goes, what happens to each character after um, Fear State is over, and it's not looking good for some of them, and for some it's looking great. But we'll see if any events from Tinian's Fear State pour into the next Batman creative team. Let's hope not. Let's hope that they can bring Batman back to the hero that he is, the detective, and basically outsmarting any criminal without a long overdrawn 6 or 13 or 12, sorry, uh, issue event. Next up is, this came out earlier this month from DC. This is Robin Annual 2021. This is the only annual that I got because I had so many comics to pick up, and I also wanted to pick up a certain trade paperback. This just talks about Flatline's origins, and we get the smallest tidbits of background of all the competitors in the tournament on Lazarus Island, and it was just it was a good let's say filler issue to kind of help us better understand what is all happening right now on Lazarus Island. So really interested to see where Robin goes. This has been a really good series, one of my favorites from DC right now, but pretty good. And Flatline has a very interesting story for her origin. She basically worships death, and yeah, it's actually pretty good. All right, next up we have Wonder Girl number 5. Uh, this is her refusing her offer to become more on Mount Olympus, and she's sent down to Tartarus and made to battle the gods of Olympus. This has been a fantastic series. Yara Flor is a really good Wonder Girl, and I'm looking forward to reading more of the series. I just wish that it came out more consistently. I think this is the first time where 5 and 6 have come out in the same month, have come out right one after the other, instead of like, okay, it'll be about 2 months till the next issue. But Joelle Jones is doing a fantastic job. Beautiful artwork in here, great pacing. That's Wonder Girl for you, issue number 5. And this is Wonder Girl, issue number 6, and this is the issue that finally talks about the Brazilian tribe of the Amazons. And great read. Yara is still stuck up there on Mount Olympus trying to find a way out, still being forced to fight gods and whatnot. But this was a really good read. I really, really enjoyed it. So looking forward to more. And not to mention the artwork is good. And the pacing still is good on issue 6. Alright, next up is the Joker issue number 10. I really hope that this story gets back on track to where it was, but it was nice seeing the aftermath of the best Batman story, in my opinion, ever told, which is The Killing Joke, and how Barbara Gordon and James Gordon are dealing with the aftermath of that. Barbara Gordon is freshly in a wheelchair, learning how to live her life with her disability, and James Gordon is figuring out how to live his life after what happened with him, being mentally tortured by the Joker in The Killing Joke. And also, James Jr. has an obsession with the Joker in this book too, so we'll see what happens there. But this was a really good read still, but I do hope that we can get back on the main track of tracking down the Joker. Will the Joker be killed? He should, because you know, but they won't kill the Joker. The Joker's too popular. But good read. All right. Last book. Well, second to last book from DC. I have Batman issue number 118. This is the new creative team. Fear State is over, and Bruce Wayne is going to leave Gotham for what looks like a couple of days, and there's going to be a 6-issue event based around this villain called Abyss, who was apparently, spoiler alert, already killed by a Batman Incorporated, and Lex Luthor shows up to turn out to be the funder of Batman Incorporated because, as we all know, Bruce Wayne is no longer the billionaire he once was. Um, and it just kind of shows what Batman's been dealing with in the aftermath of both the Joker War and Fear State, which were two events that happened back to back in Gotham. And Gotham City is celebrating a temporary peace. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. Looking to have another creative team on Batman. Hopefully they write something unique. Tinian tried, but kind of fell down that same hole that King did, writing really long, drawn out stories. So we will see where we go with that. All right. But even though that I read a lot of comics this week, I still have a pick of the week, and I have multiple covers for my pick of the week. Some people really didn't like this book because it just wasn't for them, and I understand that. This book doesn't appeal to adults. I'm an adult, but I like the Batgirls, and I want to learn more about them. And my pick of the week is Batgirls issue #1 by the Clunan team with art by Conrad. The artwork isn't everyone's cup of tea in here. It's very rough, sketchy, cartoonish. And the story is a little disjointed. Barbara Gordon is kind of like babysitting Stephanie and Cassandra and treating them like children, even though that they are teenagers, or at this point I think they might be in their 20s, but still much younger than Barbara Gordon. And Barbara Gordon is also trying to get back online after Seer attacked her system. So Seer is still in this book, and there's still the magistrate sympathizers to deal with as well, which is kind of what's going to drive these first 6 issues. They say it's an ongoing series, but in all honesty, knowing DC, if it doesn't sell very well in the 6 issues, they will probably cancel it after the 6 issue. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I like crazy, corny stories that don't make a whole lot of sense. And Batgirls does that, so that's why it's my pick of the week. Was my favorite read out of everything because I enjoyed it the most. All right, on to some covers for Batgirls #1. First off, we have one of the Jae Hung Lee connecting variants. I'm going to order the other one this weekend or next week. Or hell, I might even drive to another comic shop and see if they have it. So here's this one. I also requested to have the incentive variant set aside for me, so I bought those as well. This is the 1 in 25 Rian Gonzalez variant. Pretty cool artwork. Looks like they're just playing a video game. It looks like a Batman game from back in the day. If anyone who had a N64 or Sega or any of the old consoles back then, what game is that they're playing? it looks like it was a real game. And along with that, I also got the 1 in 50 incentive variant as well. This is the 1 in 50 Dan Hip variant. This is a pretty cool, just a nice simple cover, and I'm just looking forward to collecting all the covers for some of my favorite series, and I am going to work on that slowly because I am going to be selling off a lot of my collection soon. So there you go. And it's okay if you saw the price there. I did pay whatever my comic shop price is at, but I also get a 10% discount because I am a subscriber with way too many books on his pull list. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a good weekend. Check out the description down below. There are links down there that help support this channel. And if you like my content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What have you read this month? What did you read this week? What are you looking forward to reading next week? And if you want to be first in my videos when I upload them, hit that notification bell in the upper right hand corner. And that's all, guys. It's 2:37 a.m. Eastern time right now. I'm tired. So you all have a good weekend and good night.